Right. And so in this last section here, she will, um, I labeled this section are you a lesbian incident, right? So she will be asked, right, by someone, on the street, that question or a similar question to it. And for the one of the first times or only times in the dialogue, she basically gives you her experience, her memoir of this idea of this incident, and she shows her philosophy sort of in practice. So, uh, finally at the end we get something really sort of like very Anzelduian, right, where it's down and it's very concrete and stuff like that. So, it's a good. If you're having a little trouble with the first part of the text, this is a good part to sort of look at her ideas and what she's trying to do in a very concrete way. So she'll talk about this idea of iterability, or that's the sort of big $50, philosophical term. So it's the use of uh, the word, right? So what she's going to do here, as we see here, right? Here's the section, are you a lesbian? So what she's going to do, right, is what um, we saw Ansel do, um, and what you often see uh, minority groups or oppressed groups do, right, is that they take the word which is used as a negative, as a pejorative word, or it's used in a negative way with a negative intonation, turns it around, right, and by repeating it, right, is owning the word, and then ultimately, uh, you know, resisting and revolutionizing sort of the hegemonic moment, right? The the colonizing moment, if as it were, right? And so that she'll go over this, and you'll recognize it as things that Ansel Du is doing, right? So she'll go into sort of the philosophical aspect of this, right? And she'll do like the Socratic thing where she'll actually have like a dialogue, a speculative dialogue with the person who actually asked this question, right? So it's a pretty good scene, and I think it's a good way to express some of her ideas, philosophical ideas, in a real concrete way, right? And then she'll get into the idea of hate speech and political censorship, and then she'll speak to her critics, right? And this is all good grist for the mill, gives you a chance to see her in action. Okay, so that's a basic overview and annotation of the text. Good luck.